Okay, I'm back. I'm just going to maybe water this down a little bit more. We are not coloring the whole flower in. What we're going to be doing is just giving it a little bit more shading. We're going to leave the negative space, but we are going to add a little bit more to those areas right around each petal to give it some more depth. So you just have to scrub with your finger. Like I said, when you're going with the grain, it blends really easily. When you're against the grain, it's a little bit tougher. And you have to scrub a little bit more. But the idea is to leave the positive and negative spaces. So the ends of the petals are probably going to just stay bare wood. You can do this as much as you want or as little as you want. Okay, I think what I'm going to do now is go into the point areas, and we'll use the black so you can see the contrast. Sometimes it may seem tedious, but all the little details Some people say, well, why did you put the brown down if you're going to go over it with black? Well, it just blends differently and gives it a different look. I don't like to take shortcuts. And you can see the contrast. And that's just adding a little black to some areas in the dark areas. All your little points interconnecting, it's going to be a little bit darker. Right here's a point. Here's a point. Here's a point. them all if you would like. Gives it more definition for the petals that are over top of the other petals. You can start to see the definition. Just choose where you want to get your definition at. The top petals are always going to be a little bit lighter than the underneath. You see how it's more popping off the page since you're adding, or off the panel, because you're putting that definition in there, the shadows. You can do the whole flower, go around everything in black, or just use straight rustic, which will give it a darker look. If you don't want to use the black, you can just use darker rustic that's not watered down as much. It still has the polyacrylic in it. Now, I don't care for the way that came out, so I'm going to get me some rustic and blend it out a little bit better. Okay, so you can continue on doing that, getting it how it looks good to your eye. I'm going to show you now how you can make it look like you have a folded over petal that has a little bit of a fold. I'm going to start with the watered down rustic, and let's just start on this one right here. We're going to go along this edge and draw a line like this. And then I want you to blend it down into, just a little, into the petal. Can you see how that made it look like it has a fold over? Gives it a little bit more action. It's got movement now, so let's just do a few little spots, little tiny spots. Here and there. You don't have to do every single petal, because in nature it's not every single petal. You see how I just go around the edge? Like I said, I don't know if it's better with the light or without the light. Now the bigger ones, we're gonna, well, like this one here, we'll do like a, we'll go ahead on this one. Go on up to the tip. We'll come on down this one. See how it's giving it some movement now? Now on these big ones, we can do just a little bit. I'm pretty much putting movement on every petal. I just think it looks better, but don't have to. Now remember, this is just all bare wood out in these areas. You don't want to cover all that up. That's what gives you the good contrast. I would probably mess with this a little more, and I'm not going to do over the edges on this video because it'll take too long. But you can follow it on over, like this one. You would just follow that on over to make it look, and then pull it away so that it goes over the edge. And with the limited time, I would say I would play with this quite a lot more. Just playing, blending, adding, but we're going to go on to I'll stop it there. I'm going to mix up some white and I'll be right back.